It's actually quite remarkable. When I was at Baker Demonstration School, it was a pre-K through 8th grade school. The middle school child is full of lots of things other than academic inquiry. They're full of hormones, they're full of peer kind of knowledge. And so if you look at Maslow's hierarchy and you look at Piaget's developmental need, when you get to middle school and that age, you're really more interested in the world and your peers and your place in the world than you are in facts or information about academic inquiry. Sometimes, not always. Progressive education is really tapping into the possibilities of what are children interested in, and take that curiosity and really honor their voice. Because really, as a middle school student, what you want is to feel, I am a person, I'm capable, I'm developing my own sense of who I am, and nobody really listens to me, I'm angry at the world maybe, whatever it may be. But in progressive education, our goal is to say, I value what you're interested in. Tell me what you would like to explore. Again, you have to facilitate that. At Baker Demonstration School, we had an 8th grade project. It was called the 21st Century Report. And they could take any topic they wanted that was appropriate and do a full research project on that topic. So there were students that did something on the 1960s riots. Someone may have done something about hairstyles. Someone may have done something about automobiles, and they can pick whatever topic they want. And it's exciting for them because they're passionate about it and they're going to do a long research project on it. And then the teacher's job is to say, okay, you still need to do the research, the note-taking, the writing, the sharing, whatever it may be. You may want to share it via video. You may want to share it via dance, or whatever vehicle you need or feel comfortable utilizing. We still need to read and write. But there may be other ways and means of sharing that information. And for a middle school student, that's really exciting because they have a lot of capacity and a lot of intellectual curiosity, social, emotional energy around working with their peers. Oftentimes in middle school, you can get children out into the world. There are projects such as, let's go ride the Red Line, and let's start up on the North Shore, and let's take our iPads, and let's take notes about what the world looks like from up in the North Shore, Evanston, all the way down to the south side of Chicago. And they love getting out and exploring, but you're doing it with a lens of inquiry and possibilities, but you're giving them a great deal of responsibility. And giving them that responsibility, I think, gives them ownership and voice and empowerment. And it's also a great time to get them invested in, how do I make a meaningful difference in the world? The Hootenanny, which happens at the children's school, we want to do something to help others. That's really a powerful thing in adolescence, and also even to work as buddies with children that are younger at the children's school and progressive environment. There's a lot of possibilities of ways to have a teenage soul be nourished through progressive practices, because it is not about you're not important, you are just a receptor to information that you need to give back to us. Again, the middle school child or young adult is really filled with a lot of energy, a lot of curiosity, a lot of angst, a lot of hormones, a lot of everything. And I think when you ask a child like that to sit in a traditional environment and be a receptive listener, and not really be seen as an active participant in their own learning, you really don't have, I think, the connection that children need, especially in their teenage years, to owning their own learning. So progressive education doesn't ask about being a receptive listener, being passive. It asks you to be a participant, to be engaged, to be involved in what it is you want to learn. And so by doing that, we're really saying we value you, you are a pre-adult, you have ideas, you have thoughts, capacities, energy. All these things socially, emotionally, academically are important, because the academic isn't as high for a middle school student developmentally. They're curious about the world, their peers, their place in it. And so we have to tap into that, or we lose their interest. We lose their sense of being owners of their own path. So progressive education for an adolescent, I think, hits the right spots if you do it correctly, if you really facilitate it well, and you honor that that social and emotional connection that children are very kind of grown into or living and breathing at adolescence. So sometimes we've had teachers at the children's school when a child isn't doing what you would expect, even given the opportunity they've been given. You say, what's going on? Tell me what you're thinking right now. Help me to understand why you're being challenged by not being as motivated or by not being able to interact in this way. And you take time to talk with the child and try to understand the whole child. That you're not just a student sitting at a desk, you're a person. You have ideas, thoughts, challenges, problems, concerns. And if the teacher, not in a therapeutic way, but in a caring way, says, something's up. I see that you're having trouble interacting with this student. What's going on? And that becomes a lesson. Well, you know, they did this to me the other day. I got upset. Okay, well, let's try to resolve that. And you know, adolescence is a wonderful time for students to really be thoughtful about, oh, I need to see and hear what I've done correctly or not with my peers.